Well, you know, I was hoping that I could leave Detroit with the moratorium already passed. That was my goal, and, you know, it looks like that's not going to be how it is, but you know what? We've won many victories over the summer.
Right. Yep.
We've gone from, you know, from no bill to a bill introduced in the state Senate. We've gone from, you know, having a small coalition to having a large coalition of people that are willing to fight. We've really built up our strength, and it's really improving, you know, and for all the people that think there's nothing we can do to fight these big corporations and these banks and all of that, you know, I can speak to it myself. I can say I've seen it. I've seen 100 people with picket signs beat the biggest bank in America. I've seen it. I've seen it.
Yeah.
You know, and we're going to win, and you know, I really believe a time will come, you know, when the people will stand up and we aren't going to have these big corporations and these big power structures running society anymore. We're going to have the people in control. We're going to have a society that's worth living in, where everyone can see a doctor when they're sick, when people aren't getting thrown out of their homes left and right, you know, where the horrors that go with this society that are based on greed disappear. I really believe we can get beyond the way things are. That's why I was here in Detroit, and that's why I'm taking this fight back down to Cleveland, and we're going to keep fighting there. We're going to keep fighting, we're going to keep going, and we're going to win this moratorium, and we're going to win a better world. And I want to thank everyone for struggling with me this summer, and may your struggle continue, and I'll see you on the 17th.
All right.
Lansing.
All right.
Okay, Sandra Hines is a member of the Moratorium Now Coalition to Stop Foreclosures and Evictions. And could you come up and give us a few words of wisdom and inspiration as well? All right.
You go, Sandra.
Well, I'm just so thankful that Mrs. Pinkins' house was saved, and that, you know, our efforts didn't go in vain. The people have such a hard fight. It always seems to be just a handful of us. But we had a victory, and it was a major one because you was able to keep your home. I've been involved in 3 major actions this week. Yesterday I was standing with the Palestinian people in their fight for freedom from Israel. I just left the Latino community over on Jefferson and Mount Elliott. They're fighting for them to stop deportation and home invasions and labeling them as terrorists and pitting them against poor people, working class people, saying that they're here to take their jobs so that we'll hate them. We got to move away from hate. We got to move towards, you know, being human beings, and what was more human than for us to come and fight for Mrs. Rubie Curl-Pinkins? And that was the most human thing that anybody can do, because we all have a right to a place to live.
Right. Yeah.
And so I'm just grateful at this point in time that, you know, we still are going strong as the people. And it's important as the people that we understand that our fight is big. We up against some giants, we up against some monsters that want to take us out and on every end. They want us to pay all these astronomical prices for food. They want us to pay astronomical prices for gas. They want us to take our homes and regenify and change the way the face of communities look, without understanding that when you come and take people's homes, where are those people supposed to go? What happens to those people whose houses you've taken? And what happens to the family structure when you do that? What is happening to America? I mean, you know, we really got to understand that there's something going on in America, and the only thing that can, the only way it can be stopped is by the people. No other group can stop what's going on but the people, which means that the people have to join a movement, you know, as it relates to the working class people. We talking about people that work every day of their life in order to survive. That we have to band together and fight them on every end for our rights, and to continue to fight for our constitutional rights. They're taking our constitutional rights away from us so they can take everything else away from us. And so we have to understand, no matter what color you are, no matter what nationality, you know, it doesn't matter if you're a working class person, you got to fight back, because it's an attack against the working class people. And if you know that you work and 2 paychecks, you'll be homeless, you should be, your intent should be up to understand that you're going to have to come together to work with people of all different kind of ethnic backgrounds, ages, you know, walks of life, to fight what we're going to have to fight. And we're up against a big fight, because all this hoopla about what's going on in Detroit, and hoopla about what's going on with all these people, Russia invaded, Russia went into Georgia. Georgia, you need to find out what that's all about because that's very, very serious. We got more fighting now going in Afghanistan. A lot of soldiers are dying in Afghanistan. We have the Iraqi war. A lot of soldiers are dying in Iraq. And then they're threatening Iran. People, we better understand that it's a lot more going on, and I'm going to say this, and I might not be popular when I say it, then whether Obama or John McCain win. They got some stuff going on right now that they're going to dump in their lap if they win, and the American people is going to have to be the ones that's going to have to suffer for it. No other country anymore is going to allow the United States to come in and bully them. They're tired of it.
Exactly.
They're tired of the United States telling them what they need to be doing for their people. It's just not right. It's like them coming into our house, putting us out of our house, the same thing. Only difference is bigger when they come in your country and tell you that they want to run your country. And so we got to understand that all this stuff is connected. And I'm gonna leave the mic now, but I'm not happy. It's hard to be happy now. And I never would have thought the day would come. It would be hard to be happy, to think about beautiful things, to have leisure time, to have peace. It's no peace. And it's not going to be any if they continue to try to squeeze the people and just run the people into the ground. And so I'm talking about people power, and I'm talking about a fight that's going to be to the end and to the finish. And it's going to be a major one because when the people rise up, nobody can stop them. And all these protests we're having now, the people are saying we are tired. We are tired of what's going on in America. The American dream is the American nightmare. And we're tired. And we know now it ain't about black, white, it's about green. And I'll tell you, we got to come together and you can join our group because we the people. When you hear Macaulay, it's the people. And when I be passing out the literature to the people on the street, I said, you don't want to hear what the people want to say? This is what the people is saying. And that's what we have to say to them. When we pass on our flyers, we have to say, this is what the people came up with. Not politicians, not preachers, not any of that. But the people, the working class people, fight back. This is our fight. Thank you.
All right.